Today, in 2 minutes or less, I want to share with you an Instagram Stories technique that your church can start using right away. Begin by selecting Create at the bottom of the screen within Instagram Stories. Tap the color wheel in the bottom right corner until you land on a background color that you like, or to inject some cinematic flair into your post and elevate your storytelling, download a clip from Nucleus Media, save it to your camera roll, and upload the stock footage as your background. Now, add a slider by tapping the stickers icon and selecting the slider feature. The question we're going to ask here is, how was your weekend? We can also customize the emoji for our slider, and I think praise hands are always a great choice. And now, using the pen tool, draw 4 vertical lines that intersect with your horizontal slider, and space out these vertical lines evenly. At this point, you want to select the text tool and add descriptive answers to each of your vertical lines to create choices for your followers to slide to. So the question for this story is, how was your weekend? And the 4 answers we're going to add are going to read, pretty bad actually, could you pray for me? Average, pretty good, and church was my highlight. So when someone follows you online and sees this post, their interaction will be to drag the emoji along the slider to line up with how their weekend has been. So go ahead, post this to your stories. And this next part is key. You want to make sure that you're monitoring the responses you're getting to this post. And when you see a person answer by saying their weekend wasn't so good, feel free to reach out through a direct message and just say the following. Hey Brady, I noticed you responded to one of our posts by saying your weekend hasn't been so good. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you, and if you want to talk about it, I'm always here. And then make sure to sign your name, because if this is coming from your church's brand account, we want to add a personal touch. And this is what it looks like to use social to do ministry and not just promote ministry. And here's a church that tried this technique recently. They told us they got 15 responses, which led to 15 conversations and 9 times of prayer. If you'll allow me to add one more thought here, beyond the 2-minute breakdown of how to actually post this kind of story, we all know that the vast majority of pastoral ministry our churches do happens in person. And I'll be the first to say, in-person ministry is quite often more substantive than digital ministry. But with that being said, for people in your church that are a bit more quiet or less assertive, maybe dealing with some social anxiety, perhaps they're not going to go out of their way on a busy Sunday to seek out pastoral care. But that doesn't make their needs any lesser than a person who's more vocal. So by posting a story like this, you're actually creating an avenue for pastoral ministry that wouldn't otherwise exist. And this equally applies to shut-ins, people that are sick, military personnel, folks that travel for work. Maybe they can't get to as many Sunday services or in-person events as they'd like, but they still consider themselves part of your church. And by using social for ministry, and not just for the sake of promotion, you're offering them a gateway to pastoral care also. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you never miss another video. You can hit the church bell, turn on notifications so you'll be the first to be notified when we do publish more content. And if you have any follow-up questions, leave them in the comments below. Hit the like button. I know it's a lot. Like, subscribe, notifications, comments. I know, choose 1 or 2, and this still, all 4 is great, but 1 or 2 is fine too. And we'll see you in another video.
Different, where I have to stop and then start. Okay. So that when you're watching it, my cadence shifts quickly. Okay. Hopefully it works. I think it'll work, but.
All right, and you can swipe. Perfect.